One of the topics we're talking a lot about today is the precursor to this Thursday's World Supply and Demand estimate. The Wall Street Journal puts out these estimates, and let's take a closer look at what the U.S. stockpile numbers could come in at. And this is an average guess from all of the traders that do participate in this particular survey. Corn is estimated to be well north of a billion bushels by the time it's all said and done. 2.1, or let's see here. This is the U.S. stockpiles, and pretty tall numbers here. Yep, 2.15 billion bushel. Soybeans, 584 million, and the wheat at 980 million. So this is for the 2019-2020 crop. Then when you look at the 2021, those numbers are even bigger. 3.34 billion for corn, soybeans at 459 million, and the wheat, 904 million. So that'll be something that the trade's going to work with this week. So far today, let's see where the corn is trading at. Now, we did start out about a quarter to a half a penny on the higher side. It was a pretty quiet trade in a pretty narrow range, and we, over the last hour, have been just gaining little bit by little bit. We got all the way up to 334 3/4 for a high in the July contract today, and right now we are a penny and a half away from it. We're up 2 cents. December's up 1.5 at 346 3/4. Let's look at what's going on in the soybeans. Well, we're not gaining anything over here. In fact, we're continuing to lose. July soybeans down 5 1/4 at 862.5. That leaves us one tick away from today's low. The wheat market is also under pressure here today. We're down 5 1/2 on the July contract for the Chicago wheat market, and that leaves us at 509 3/4. Kansas City wheat down 1 1/4 at an even 460. And in the Minneapolis wheat market, we're up 2 1/2 at 521 1/4. And Brian Hoops with Midwest Market Solutions here. Brian, we've got that World Supply and Demand and the estimates out so far. I don't know if you've had a chance to look over those yet or not, but will this report have quite a bit of influence on the trade?
Hey, good morning, John. I don't know that this report that's coming out on Thursday is going to give us any real big direction or anything. You know, the trade estimate for ending stocks for corn, 3.3 billion. We know it's going to be a big number. The question will be, is it going to increase from that? Is it going to decrease from that? The soybean number at 429 million. You know, we could be much higher than that, much lower than that. And what it's going to depend on, of course, is weather and how much of a crop we're able to produce this year. Also, demand has been picking up recently for corn in the form of ethanol usage as well as exports to particularly China. Now, we didn't see any this morning, and that's helped us to back off the soybean market off of the overnight highs on a little disappointment. But those are the things that I think we'll really be watching closely in Thursday's report, is how much the USDA adjust production, if any, which I don't think they will at this time, but also from a demand standpoint, what they do with ethanol and what they do with exports, particularly old and new crop soybean exports.
Well, some of that may also have to do with how much grind we have for ethanol, like you mentioned there. I tell you what, we'll come back on the other side of the break and talk livestock next. So stay with us here on the Market Report. Let's get started right here by bringing back Brian Hoops to talk about this livestock market. Brian, first of all, let's go to the cattle market. These live cattle futures have been a little bit weak here on the deferred contracts, but the nearbys showing just a little, not a whole lot, but a little bit of strength. What's your thoughts?
You know, there was some very late Friday cash that's kind of attracted a little bit of attention, and it was that firmer money. So the trade mentality is maybe we'll see some sort of a firmness in the cash market this week, and we don't have to really sell this futures off. We're already heavily discounted. June is going into deliveries today, and I don't expect there'll be really any deliveries against that June contract. But, you know, box beef here at midday down again, so that's going to be a trend that we're going to continue to see as weakness in the boxes. Our weekly slaughter is improving. We're not quite back to where we were a year ago, but that 300 or 636,000 head last week, that's a big improvement over what we saw 3, 4, 5 weeks ago, and we're working through these big animals and large supplies of animals that we really need to be working through. So it's an encouraging sign, but we'll get through this delivery period here this week.
All right, in the feeder cattle market, August down 90, 133.27. September down 87, October down 82. But Brian, for the second trade day in a row, we've got higher lean hog futures. We're up 82 at 48.27. July up 37. The August up 20. Now, albeit it's not a dollar higher, but we are moving higher, and we've got the front month actually taking the lead.
Yeah, we're heavily discounted right now. That June contract below $50, discount to the other contracts and the Lean Hog Index, starting to find some buying interest. So maybe a little bit of bargain hunting, thinking that this price level, as we go into the summer months, better grilling season, these prices might be too cheap, and so we're seeing some, kind of bottom picking in here. But it's spec buying that's coming into this market.
All right, Brian, thanks a lot. We'll talk to you again very soon. We always appreciate it. Brian Hoops with Midwest Market Solutions. The cutouts, both beef and for pork, here at the midday session. We've still got the beef tumbling, down $15.15 on the choice, $256.33. The selects down $12.35 at that quote is $234.07, and we moved 126 loads, which is a real big movement for this time of day. Now, over in the pork cutouts, we've talked a lot about how this has lost some ground, but it kind of leveled out here over the last 3 or 4 sessions. Carcasses up $1.29, the loins down $4.38 at $87.14. The ham's up $4.50 at $54.17, and the belly market here at the midday report up $13.58 at $114.51. And we just like Brian was talking there, Christina, hopefully the grilling season will continue to pick up. Back to you.